Happy lunch hour, gang, for a Sunday morning. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, would normally got a little change in my plans today because it's supposed to rain this afternoon, and I still had all this brush I had to burn from cutting down trees. So I decided at 6:30 this morning, once the sun came up, it was time to go out and burn a bunch of brush. So my apologies for being a little sweaty and wet, but that was it. But normally Sunday mornings for me are listening to commentary, if you will. Seeing what, I don't know, Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, if he's on, or maybe some congressman, whether it's This Week or Face the Nation or whatever. So see a little bit what's going on in the political realm. The other thing I pay a lot of attention to is what's going on in the economic realm, okay? What analysts, I'm going to use that word, are saying. Not what self-promoters, not what salespeople, yada, 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 what analysts are saying. And there's a big difference, okay? Somebody that has something to gain is a salesperson. Somebody who has nothing to gain is an analyst. That's why the way I look at it. All these people on YouTube trying to, you need to buy Bitcoin, you need to buy copper, you need to buy whatever. Now, those are salespeople, okay? The ones who are telling you what they think it's going to do and not saying, go to my website and get it, those are analysts, okay? One of the analysts I listen to is Jordi Visser. And Jordi has spent years as a commodities trader, an options trader, et cetera, et cetera. He's got his finger on the pulse of what's going on. He is an extremely intelligent person. And so I was listening this morning to his weekly commentary, and something stuck out to me. I want you to watch what he said. It's only about a minute long, but watch this real quick.
What I am worried about, let's say a year from now, is the power situation. So I'll keep saying it again and again. I think all investors should be looking at energy companies and looking at power I think it happened late last week or early this week. I don't know if you saw this. Elon Musk is importing a power plant. So if you didn't see this news, you have to go read about it. He literally, to get around the restrictions, this is why the man has been so successful in creating everything. He couldn't get around the permit restrictions to help with his Colossus, the next phase of the build out. So he bought and is importing a power plant. So I don't know what that means completely, but that just says again that we have a serious power situation that is going to be an impact. We are going to run out of power. We are going to have blackouts. We are going to have higher electricity prices. We have to focus on this, and the Big Beautiful Bill does not help it. And so I think that was a big mistake, and that would be the risk that I worry about the most, is that people are underestimating the needs on the commodity side, and specifically the power side. And by the way, for people, the copper tariffs, which were announced this week, there's a copper problem that's going to be happening too. Copper is an incredibly needed part of the electrification story, and the fact that copper is kind of in this weird place now where we've got 50% tariffs on this, and we need a lot of it, and we don't have enough of it, and there's all kinds of supply problems. I think there's a potential story there that maybe we're overplaying our hand or not thinking far enough ahead. So power and copper and electrification and rare earths seem to be the issue to me.
Did you hear what he said about middle of the way through? We're going to have power problems. We're going to have blackouts. We're going to have higher electricity costs. Okay? And he makes a really good point. Whether or not you're a fan of Elon Musk, okay, got to give the guy credit. He's figured out a whole lot of stuff that nobody else did. Okay? But when Elon Musk goes and buys and imports a power plant, what does that tell you? If the richest guy in the world is worried that there's not going to be enough power to do what he wants to do. What does that tell you? It's something we need to consider. Now, no, I'm not showing you another solar generator or something like that. I'm talking to you about how you're going to plan to deal with this. Higher electricity costs. That in your budget? Probably not. Okay. No electricity at all. Blackouts. Are those in your plans? Probably not. Okay. I harp on this with you guys over and over and over again. I try to do everything I can to show you deals and ways to get something. And I'm imploring everybody, do something. Because if Jordi's right, and I will tell you from watching him for years, Jordi's right a whole hell of a lot more than he's wrong. Okay. Yeah, this is what's coming. We are going to wind up with blackouts, brownouts, higher electric bills, etc., etc. Y'all have heard many times about AI, right? What do you think AI is going to consume a whole ton of? Electricity. All these, in the last few years, Bitcoin mining operations suck tons of electricity, all right? Yeah, every time you go on ChatGPT or on Grok or on any one of these other AI things, you're using more electricity. It's, oh, this is easy. It's better than Google search, right? Poof. But it takes more power to power that up. The more and more people that do it, the more and more electricity gets done. Have you seen any improvements to our electrical grid in, I don't know, the last 50 years? No. It's held together with Band-Aids. All right, this is it. Oh, we'll replace a part. And as I've told you many times, a lot of the parts come from China, and transformers and things like that are on a 1 to 2 year back order. What happens when you're out of power? You're on your own. Okay. And just like everything else, what do you think is going to happen to prices when all of a sudden there are blackouts predicted or blackouts happening? Just like every time there's a hurricane down in Florida or anywhere up the East Coast or whatever it is, within 30 minutes, everybody in town, Home Depot, Lowe's, Tractor Supply, pick one, Walmart, is out of generators because that's the time everybody goes to buy them. And all of a sudden you're going, but I need one. Well, here, we'll sell it to you for 5 times the cost you could have got it yesterday. And your choice then is either fork over a whole lot of money or go without. This is why you prep during the good times for the bad times. And this is it. Do something. What if it's gas, if it's dual fuel, if it's diesel, whatever it is, if it's solar, do something. Okay? Please take care of yourself somehow, because I'd put my money on it that Jordan's right. Okay? No question. Then the other thing he mentioned in there was copper. All right? And again, let's think about how the two tie together. Copper wire, electricity, etc., etc., etc. A lot of you guys have asked me if it was worth buying copper coins, right? Copper rounds. And disclaimer, I've got about 300 of them, okay? Maybe worth, I think I spent probably $350 or something like that. And I did this years ago. Copper's going to be more increased in value, but the thing you've got to look at with it, I mean, again, you go look to buy copper rounds right now, they're probably around $2, all right? Is it going to increase that much to make it worth your while? I can't say. I don't track the price of copper. I watch gold, I watch silver. I don't track the price of copper. It doesn't move that much. The other thing I would say is it takes a lot of weight. I mean, anybody who's been stacking silver for a while, all of a sudden you go, I've got 20 pounds of silver. Not going to be easily moved. to have the equivalent amount, dollars-wise, in copper, now you've got 15, 18 times as much. You got 20 pounds of silver. I got 300 pounds of copper. Good luck bugging out with that, okay? I understand people say, hey, this is a good idea. But, okay, up to you. Just saying. Pay attention to what respectable analysts are saying about what's coming. This was a complete conversation on investing. And my ear was listening to it as a prepper, where he's talking about investing in utility companies. Disclaimer, I don't own anything in utility companies. I heard it more as, okay, if there's going to be higher electric bills, if there's going to be a lack of electricity, if we're going to have blackouts or brownouts or whatever, I'm taken care of. And that's what I'm bringing to you guys. He says in a year. Okay? I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to be mid-July next year and poof, that's it. But it could. It could be in September. It could be in January. It could be next July. It could be 2027. We don't know. Nobody's got a crystal ball. But pay attention to when people in the know, people who've been doing this for decades, start telling you what they see in the tea leaves. Because like I said, more often than not, they're right. And they didn't get to be where they are by being wrong all the time. Unless, of course, you work for CNBC and you're Jim Cramer. Have a good one. Pinball out.